We are here because more than 10 Uyghur people were burned to death in their own homes because of CCP's senseless zero COVID policy. We are here because in Shanghai, the most prosperous city in the world, the middle class for the first time realized that they have no freedom, even though when they are hungry, they cannot cry out, they cannot be heard. That's why unknown number of people were starved to death in Shanghai. And guess what? The leader of Shanghai was promoted because he was so loyal in following Xi Jinping's order, this inhuman, strict order of zero COVID. For the first time in history, after 1989, Chinese people who benefited from the economic development realized that their life, their property is nothing if there's no freedom. It's also important to remember that for a long time, United States and other democratic countries ignored the human rights situation in China because it's not their problem. It's Chinese people who are suffering. And the pandemic reminded the world that a China without freedom means a disaster for the world. If CCP is in power, that will happen again. We are here because for the first time after 1989, there was such large protests in many cities in China. It was the first time that End CCP was shouted out, reverberated in China. As a survivor of Tiananmen massacre, I was in tears when I heard and the CCP from the young people in New York City. I realized there's a hope for free China. And that's why we need to remember today. We are here because Camille Whitey is in prison. She was sentenced to 3 years in prison simply for posting a video about the protest. Largely because she is a Uyghur, she was sentenced to 3 years in prison. We are here because Wu Yanai, a professor at Nankai University, was sent to psychiatric hospital, and nobody has heard from her since then. Of course, we are here because of this great hero, Peng Lifa. He started this revolution on Sutong Bridge with smoke, with loudspeaker. Even under all the tight police control, the civilians, he was able to spread out his message in Beijing when there were so many cars, so many people around for about 40 minutes. It is the first time in China's history that women take center stage in the protest. In China and overseas, they are leaders of the activities They are also the main group of political prisoners after the protest. Most of the names we know today are women. We remember this because we have to face the reality. China will be free. It is a duty for us all standing here at this place of power, of policy, and the legislation. We must remind the United States that only a free China can be a partner of the United States. It is self-defeating to engage with communist China. We were a little bit relieved last few years when there was some action from last administration to now against CCP's transnational repression. But what happened in San Francisco a few weeks ago